This is one of my more interesting videos because it has some well thought out reasoning of why FBI Director James Comey had to be fired. First of all, think about it. With all the scandals for all these months, do you realize not one has been solved yet? Isn't that a little bit ridiculous? And then, when you had the hearing with Sally Yates and James Clapper, head of the NSA, and she was acting Attorney General, both of them said that there was no collusion between the Trump campaign and the Russians. And then it was even asked that if there was any collusion, wouldn't you have to be notified of it? And both of them pretty much agreed, yes. It's in John Cornyn's testimony. I know it's there because I put the video up. Anyways, let's watch this video I made for you, and I hope you enjoy it.
But that said, the president's made a bold and I think the correct decision. Comey had no interest in the mega crimes by the Clintons. The Clinton Foundation is not a charity. It's a slush fund for grifters. And as we both know, it was the vehicle for the facilitation of multi-million-dollar bribes on matters not just uranium, but across the board. Yet Mr. Comey seemed to have no interest in those crimes, wasting his time investigating the non-existent Russian collusion. Again, there is no evidence whatsoever that would hold up in a court of law of any collusion between the Russian and officials in the Trump campaign. It's a canard. It's
sure, and Senator Paul has come out. Senator Paul has seen the intelligence. He's come out and said that's the case as well. They admit there's nothing there. But from my sources and what I was told, and then I called you last night, and you said, well, you've talked to some of your sources, and that seemed to be right on target. It was that Comey was violating the chain of command, was seen as reckless, weird, constantly changing positions, and that he was just seen as overall kind of soft, and that's why the Attorney General recommended he be removed.
My sources said the exact same thing that your sources said. That's 100% accurate. He seemed to be empire building. He didn't seem to be responsive to either the Congress or the executive branch. He seemed to believe he was a power unto himself with his own agenda. Only days ago saying, well, you're stuck with me for 6 years. Well, not so fast.
And by the way, you notice that he said he thought it was a joke when he first heard the news yesterday, totally disconnected from reality.
The key thing, I think, is that I 100% support the president's decision. This had nothing to do with heading off a Russian investigation. Senators Warner, Feinstein, Franken, Congressman Schiff, Spire, Himes, they have nothing, Alex, nothing. They're holding it in their hands. They got nothing. It's bogus, and they're about to be humiliated if they continue down this path. The idea that this is like Richard Nixon and the Saturday Night Massacre is false for several reasons.